Also, welcome to people on the VOD, because I only just remembered to hit the record button there. So welcome to people on the VOD too. I've been talking shit about what we think we're going to see at the Xbox and Bethesda showcase for the last 5 minutes or so. I don't know, really. I can guess it's probably Starfield, probably Redfall, probably Halo, Forza. You know, they're big titles. That's what you'll see. Will we see Fable? Probably not. Definitely not seeing anything on Elder Scrolls. Something about Fallout. Is 76 still going? Like, do they still have content for that? Are seasons still coming out for that? I don't know. I don't pay attention to it. There was a Kotaku report on how shit it is to work there that came out in the week. Or sorry, how shit it was to work on Fallout 76. That was in the weekly news recap if you want to check back on that on the VOD. And we very quickly, I just kind of pointed you at the report because it's fairly lengthy, so I wasn't going to go through it. I'd encourage you to read it yourselves. It's very good reporting from Kotaku. Not exactly surprising, but it's still like shit that such a big company with so much money and they still behave that way. Anyway, coming up to it now, 2 minutes. I definitely started this stream too early because I haven't got anything to talk about, and there's nobody in the chat at the moment. That's what I get. 6 p.m. on a Sunday in Ireland. Everyone is having their dinner. Is the issue. Not me though. My dinner today is water. Delicious. Actually, I do have a can of Coke Zero here. Other beverages are available. So I have that. Got that to keep me going, I guess. So let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you thought was going to be shown. And I'll pretend that you didn't wait till the end of the video to say that. And then, like, just be shocked that, oh my god, how did you know? How did you know this very obscure title was going to be shown up? I don't know. There's a lot of just guessing games for these things. You're, like, hoping to see something. Anything that they saw, or anything that they showed off as just a CG trailer. Their last showing should have gameplay. I don't think we've seen any Redfall gameplay. We haven't seen any Starfield gameplay. So we should see those. We really should, because I think Starfield was delayed. I was saying in Weekly News Recap that it was meant to be later this year, but I think it has been delayed. And Redfall, I think, was meant to come out at the end of this year, but that's also probably been pushed. So we don't really know what Xbox's lineup is meant to be this year, the end of this year. All right, here we go. We're down to single digits. Here comes 2. Rated M for mature in Canada and everywhere else. 18 everywhere else. Well, that sucks. Already, that sucks. This Redfall? This is Redfall, yeah, okay. This is their vampire shooter thing.
There's blood in the baptismal font, and pastor's gone missing.
Oh no.
My genius plan was to investigate it alone.
That was pretty stupid, alright. Alright, so it's first-person shooter. That's fine. Like, I've been thinking it's a Left 4 Dead kind of thing, but we're not sure if it's a single player or whatever, because they do have like different classes with different abilities and things like that. So is it a multiplayer co-op thing that you can play solo? Like, this is gameplay, but none of the HUD is up, there's no UI. They're not showing, like, ability cooldowns or anything like that. And they are being, like, slow approaching these things, so is it gonna be, like, a heavy combat thing, or is it more of a survival horror thing?
Oh God,
You're a terrible shot. She's like me with a shotgun. I'm a terrible shot when I have a shotgun. Okay. They're pretty tanky. They're taking a lot of shots. So it's not like they're dying quickly, and it's not like there's big hordes of them or anything. There's a friendly.
Jacob. Oh, thank God.
Come on, let's find the others and beat feet.
So should they be really worried? Like, are vampires a real threat? Like is a single vampire a really big threat?
Out of a postcard. A picturesque island off the coast of Massachusetts. The bustling historic downtown. The seafront.
And we still don't really know how the game plays. Like, yes, it's a first-person shooter, but is it an open world thing? Is it drop in, drop out? Is it a live service type thing?
Sold out. Big time. Fast forward, basically everyone's either a vampire, a cultist trying to become a vampire, or dead.
What about you guys?
These aren't just trashy movie vampires. These monsters blocked out the sun and pushed back all the water. Totally cut us off from the outside.
Good trick.
Gotta admit though, if I have to be stuck on an island full of vampires, I'm glad it's with y'all.
Feelings mutual, I guess.
Aw, thanks, Jacob.
Definitely fucking missed.
Our engineer genius and her little robot buddy.
Okay, I mean, there's enough enemies. Maybe it's like the human type enemies are fodder. You know, they're not very difficult to fight. And like, the vampires are of more difficulty.
Last but not least, yours truly. I have these weird powers.
We've been digging for answers but haven't found much beyond blood and death. Luckily, the vampires and their sycophants aren't discreet about where they like to nest.
Are they? Is this like a Left 4 Dead type thing where it's always the 4 of them and bots play the other 3?
Spotted some bloodsuckers.
Do you play it single player, but friends can jump in as other characters? Can you jump in as the same character? Is it just these 4? Are they going to add more?
Cultists could go straight at him or just slip past.
Let's just get this done.
Like, they are doing, like, stealth element stuff. So, like, Left 4 Dead has, like, it does have some stealth to it, but not really. Most of the time you're just fighting lots and lots and lots of zombies.
They know we're here. Look alive.
Like, there aren't enough of them to be considered, like, a horde. So what way to think of it, I don't know. But I get what they're going for. It's like a cooperative shooter thing. But replace zombies with vampires. And replace, I don't know, tanks with vampire tanks and so on.
There's a nest nearby.
You're what?
Dev, that's not a thing.
Found something.
Oh, now I simply must go in there.
What is that?
It's a door.
Where does it go?
And is it a level-based thing? Is it an open world thing?
There's the movie theater. I used to come here all the time. Why'd they have to mess this up for me? Shit.
It'll collapse any second.
Run!
Okay, and we've got some sort of metaphysics alternate planes thing happening as well. Gonna have to swap that out. Sorry, that music. It's probably licensed. There we go. It looks very Left 4 Dead there with all that skill trees and shit. Or not Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood I suppose it looked a lot more like. Still don't know though. Yeah, it's been delayed. No shock there. How many times do you think we're gonna see Play It Day 1 with Game Pass? I'm thinking a lot. Oh, Silk Song. It missed the Nintendo Direct. It's here for the Xbox show. Are they just gonna go ahead and go Hollow Knight 2? And not bother with Silk Song? Or is it this is properly Silk Song? So this is somewhat the sequel to Hollow Knight, where you're playing one of the bosses instead. Needle, I think her name was, who was a lot more active and a lot more mobile than unnamed protagonist of Hollow Knight ever. I don't think they had a name. But yes, Hollow Knight is a pretty tough Metroidvania style side-scrolly combat thing. But it is very, very good, and some good things are expected of Silksong. Doesn't look like it will disappoint, at least. Presumably that will also make its way to Switch and PlayStation. No release date though, still no release date. I noticed that they keep the world premiere they keep the world premiere title card, but they've stopped saying it. Hyperbong. Okay.
You're just gonna leave me here in what, space?
Yeah.
Everybody lives in space, including you. All right, you're a bounty hunter now. You've got to help me rescue my friends. They're Gatlians, just like me.
Hey, why are you squeezing me so tight? How about a little dinner first and some bubble bath? Blast away!
Okay, so first person Rick and Morty shooter, I guess.
Children, they die fast. Don't worry, it's easy to make more.
Gross. Oh, frame rate drops. Is that the stream? Is that the stream or is that the game? Ah, no, gross. Pull the eyeball out.
Everyone, fight each other!
Okay. Okay, High on Life. Weird one. Exclusive to Xbox for console anyway. I'm sure it'll still make its way to PC. End of this year. It did say it was a console exclusive. I never played that other one, Frober Saves the Universe or something like that.
Welcome to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase.
Thanks.
Today, we're doing something we've never done before. For the first time ever, our entire show is focused on games you can play over the next 12 months. You're going to see more games.
Oh, so they're not going to show any Starfield?
Industry-defining
Lol.
racing experiences,
Forza.
gripping narratives, compelling strategy
No
titles,
game.
and
Age of Empires.
my favorite, the most anticipated open-world RPG of the last 20 years. All playable in the year.
Elden Ring? Isn't that out already?
And the best part is, with the Xbox, you'll be able to play those games in more ways than ever before.
I know it's Starfield. I know. Don't at me.
Xbox Cloud Gaming. You can play with who you want, where you want, and when you want.
As long as they own an Xbox, you can do all of those things.
And that is on top of the
Ah,
hundreds
shit.
of
I had the music
titles
playing in the
coming
background too.
over the next
Sorry about
year.
that.
Our next announcement shows that the benefits of Game Pass go well beyond the console. We are thrilled to
What?
be working
PC
with
players?
iconic
They get something
to
too?
build some of the most played, most watched franchises in the entire world.
Most watched
And now,
franchises.
all
Minecraft?
Game Pass members will be able to unlock the benefits for these incredible games on PC and mobile.
And Xbox. And PlayStation. just put it on PlayStation. Help me out here. I don't want to have to buy an Xbox.
From clutch plays with friends to unforgettable moments in esports to amazing creations that have blown our minds.
Yay,
Our community
esports.
has continually taken Riot Games to new heights. Today, we're proud to invite the Xbox community into that world. We're bringing our
Everybody
biggest
gets to
PC
play
and
League of
mobile
Legends
games
for
to
free?
Game Pass. Subscribers will unlock every champion on League,
There it
and
is.
Wild Rift, all Valorant agents, select cards in Legends of Runeterra, and Little Legends in Teamfight Tactics.
Okay, it's a big deal for people who like that kind of thing. I have a feeling that if you were already
Coming on
big
this
into
journey
League
with
of
us,
Legends, that
Welcome to Riot Games.
you already had all of that stuff.
Home sweet home.
Presumably she's from one of those from one of those games. 'Cause, I'm not sure if that's licensed music because it is from like KDA from League of Legends, but I don't know. I don't know if it is, so I'm gonna swap it out. Yay! Esports, League of Legends things. I don't play the game. I've no idea what I'm looking at, really. Isn't that a card game? What's with all the CG fighting stuff? Yeah, I guess you're into Runeterra or Magic or whatever. I'm not. Wait, did they have Did they have Overwatch characters in there as well? Excuse me. What's Little Legends? Is it a mobile thing? So it's all agents unlocked, but not like the skins and shit. So like it feels like it should already be a free-to-play game because of what all that cosmetic stuff that, yeah, not that you have to buy, but okay. So Riot Games on Game Pass, fair enough. Good get. XP boosts as well, free weekends, that kind of thing. Okay, focus.
I'm sorry, Amicia.
Ah, Plague Tale, nice.
For Hugo. He's not dead yet.
Well, Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to Plague Tale Innocence. There's a full LP of it on the channel if you want to check it out. Fun game. I really liked it, and I'm looking forward to this. I was wondering when it was going to show up in the showcases, so I guess they were keeping it for the Xbox One. Nice.
Remember, no more killing soldiers. No more killing us.
Why not? I like killing soldiers. It's the best part of the game.
Around here. One of our men has been murdered.
It wasn't me. Okay, now we can hide under things. I'm not sure that's a that's a good thing. Stealth is always tricky in the game. I saw she had a crossbow though. When you must get the crossbow late in the game or something.
Amicia, don't.
Okay, so there's a lot of Amicia don't kill people, and she's doing it anyway. Nice. Yum yum yum.
You are not them. What is wrong with me? Hugo. Come on. Do it. Quick.
And some of the rats to kill everybody. Oh, we have rat vision now. Interesting. Okay, it's still coming out this year. I thought they'd push it. So they didn't get a console exclusive thing or anything there, so it should be on PlayStation as well and PC. Alright, this is a first party title, so you could probably assume this will be exclusive. Forza, alright. Not Horizons, it's the Motorsport one. So Horizons is like the open world drive wherever you want kind of thing. And Motorsport is licensed music. Motorsport is the actual races in like racing tracks and what have you. Because like Forza Horizons Forza Horizon 5 only came out fairly recently? Last year maybe? But I guess Motorsport isn't as big a deal because it's just racing tracks. Like, not to dismiss the amount of work that goes in, I'm sure a shit ton of work has to go into this stuff. And you would wonder how much of Horizon they can reuse. yeah, it looked like, I mean, it looks very nice, but racing games I have very little interest in. All right, next year.
Forza Motorsport
We gotta talk more about.
Greenwald, GM of Motorsport, and I'm joined by Chris Sasaki, creative director at Turn 10.
Okay.
Forza is known for
Skip.
its photorealism and state-of-the-art immersion.
We skip this part? No, it's live. We can't.
To showcase the Xbox Series X and S consoles, including techniques like real-time ray tracing on track. This is the most technically advanced racing game ever made.
No, it's not. Gran Turismo.
We're excited to show you the all-new Forza Motorsport.
You have to check. You'll have to check which one is more which one is more advanced.
This track has been a fan favorite since the original Motorsport launched back in 2000.
Because you do like Gran Turismo accurately tracks fucking star systems and shit, so you have the correct night sky. Is that more advanced?
What you are seeing is an in-engine gameplay demo presented using a single camera with no cuts. Let's jump in with the M8.
Okay. There should be no cuts. It's a video game. What's the audio like for you guys? I could probably boost it a bit. Most technically advanced is a boring pitch. Is Doom Training? Yeah, kinda. I mean, it's a sim game, so they really do go in for their technical stuff. I think that makes a lot more sense.
Let's advance time of day here.
But I like arcade and sim racers. I guess Horizon would have been more of an arcadey kind of game. I think they went in too much for sim, but photogrammetry. I love that shit. I love that stuff.
Advanced rendering and procedural generation techniques bring a new level of realism to the track.
You're not gonna be stopped long enough to look at the bush. You know? Hang on, let's stop and look at this tree 1 second.
Of Maple Valley. The grass.
Yes, it's very pretty.
3D vegetation, skies and clouds. They all demonstrate a generational.
But are they the correctly forming clouds? Like the Gran Turismo was the correct type of cloud that's meant to appear at that time of day in that area of the country?
Our all-new dynamic time of day.
Dynamic time of day. How long am I racing? Is the race gonna take a whole day? They do have Le Mans, I suppose, the 24-hour thing, but that's like the only one? The rest of them don't take that long?
To the racing experience.
Oh, they got that set up pretty fast. They got that Ferris wheel up in one day. Impressive. Gran Turismo was the GOAT back in the day. I think it's still, yeah, the new one is anyway, other than it's pretty shit on the microtransaction end of things, unfortunately. I don't, I guess I don't follow the racing games all that much. Not sure about now. The newest one, as a game, apparently is very good, but its microtransaction system is not. And I've also heard Forza Horizon 5 is also a very good driving game. Paired with ray tracing, but you can't play at 60 frames per second because we're ray tracing. So which one are you going to do? You're going to do 60 frames per second and not have the ray tracing.
With their complex self-reflection is a place where ray tracing really shines.
But you won't, your camera will never be that close to the car.
Car damage is a racing reality. In Forza Motorsport, car damage is reproduced down to the individual scratches on the bodywork. You can see
how is anyone going to check that?
In the directionality of damage, how the paint peels away.
How is anybody going to be able to check that this car hit at this particular angle, so it should only have scrapes in this direction? How are you never going to be able to check that? You could say whatever they want. We're rendering the individual atoms of the inside of this driver's asshole, and it's like, okay, there's no way I'll ever know.
Cars reflect in their own mirrors, bodywork, brake rotors, and wings.
Oh yeah, this is definitely 30 frames per second. There's no way they're doing all this at 60 frames.
more real.
I'm looking forward to enjoying ray tracing in about 15 years. Yeah, maybe.
We believe that the accuracy of our overhauled physics,
Every time toggle it to performance mode, you don't get the ray tracing.
our new dynamic time of day, advanced car damage, and
You're gonna give me a performance mode or a resolution mode or a quality mode or whatever. It's performance mode every time.
this is the all-new Forza Motorsport.
We've been driving all day and we still haven't reached our destination. Feel like we're going in circles. Sir, we're on a racetrack. That makes sense. Alright, another first party title. Microsoft's longest running franchise. Oh, Flight Sim. $40 years, really? Jesus. Now you can fly shitty airplanes. Great. You're still not gonna let me crash into anything though, so take all the fun out of it. They did release a partnership thing with the Top Gun film, so you could take like a fighter jet out as well for very specific missions and stuff. You couldn't just fly it around the world, unfortunately. I think. That looked cool. Also, you could just play Ace Combat and get much the same thing. Okay, so we have gliders now, so now you don't even fly, you just fall out of the sky and take forever. Helicopters, so you can't fly very far. Should just throw Avengers Tower in there. I wonder if they've had to check their like map generation to get towers to work properly. There's a lot of buildings in the newest Flight Sim where they don't render correctly. Like, I think the most famous one is like Buckingham Palace looks like an office building kind of thing. But you would think they'd have to change it to make sure helipads are working correctly. Okay, so lots of Smithsonian partnerships. And a fucking... a Halo ship is gonna be in Flight Sim? Will you just fly all the way around the world in like 2 seconds? Well, I don't know. It's a dropship, so it's probably not that fast. And you can get out. Can you go into space? So they did add this like near orbit section for the Top Gun thing because I don't know. I haven't seen the film, but apparently there's a bit where they're in like a jet that can go outside of the planet. Alright, Blizzard. So it's either Diablo or Overwatch, because that's all they've got. Overwatch! Overwatch 2. It's really just Overwatch 1.5. Nobody knows why they bothered making a sequel. They could have just added this to the one that already existed. Well, I mean, everybody knows why they made a sequel, right? So they can make more money.
Even the best journeys end. But a new one is right around the corner.
A new era to buy more skins and give us more money.
I am your queen. Let's take him to the wasteland.
Okay, I guess they have a release date for it now. Again, MOBAs, not something I have any real interest in. Well, they're starting it as free to play, I guess, so that's at least something. Hey, it's the guy named after a sex offender. And the maps look nice anyway. You know what I'm more looking forward to in Overwatch 2 than the actual game? The porn. All new models. it's only early access in October. That's gonna be licensed music. Okay, so she's Furiosa. This is looking very Borderlands-y at the moment. Actually, we might be okay with this music. It doesn't sound licensed. If anything, I'll get pulled for the fucking CG than anything else. Okay. Now what do they got? Not a first party title. So, no, never mind. Oxide Games. Oh, Age of Empires.
History is filled with moments of greatness.
It's your one from The Expanse.
Some well known.
And also Mass Effect.
Lost to time.
And probably a bunch of other stuff. That's what I know her from, though.
History that could have been if you were its architect.
We wouldn't have had a lot of history if I was its architect. It would have ended very quickly.
Reshape the world. What new stories would you tell? And when your people speak, would you listen?
No, absolutely not. My people are stupid. Why would I listen to them?
How would you lead them in this new world?
So much for their gameplay trailers. This is very much not gameplay. Neither was that last Overwatch trailer.
Filled with moments of greatness. But these will be yours.
Or the Flight Sim trailer, for that matter. Oh, never mind. It's not Age of Empires. It's probably something like it, though.
It's good to be here, celebrating what's going to be our biggest year yet. That
Citation needed there, Pete.
Projects being developed across Bethesda's 8 studios, starting with Redfall.
Yeah, we saw that already. Skip ahead.
Earlier in the show. Redfall is from the studio that brought us Dishonored and Prey.
Yeah, we know.
So much of Arcane's DNA coursing through its veins.
Come on, skip.
Compelling heroes, open world campaign.
You can't just say compelling heroes, Pete.
Solo or with friends,
that's not for you to decide.
Redfall when it releases early next year. If you're looking for something to sink your teeth into right now, we've got the Elder Scrolls Online.
No.
Where you can adventure alongside
no MMOs, Pete. It's crack. Don't do crack, kids.
Studios is taking you somewhere that has never been explored in any Elder Scrolls game. The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle comes to Xbox next week.
And presumably anywhere else they're playing Elder Scrolls.
For generations, the Breton elite have lived in safety and comfort.
So I guess Elder Scrolls 6 isn't going here. Did they say where they're planning to set Elder Scrolls 6? I don't think so.
And whispers of a sinister plot stoke the flames of war.
Anyway, more MMO stuff. I think if you're already into the Elder Scrolls Online, you're probably already knew this was coming. Is there actual naval battles, or is that just a scripted thing? How about you go out and fight and don't just pose for the camera? Okay, that's next week. No, 2 weeks?
Fallout turns 25 this year. As we celebrate the legacy of this storied franchise, Bethesda Game Studios takes Fallout 76 players out of Appalachia for the first time.
Remember that
and returns to
Kotaku
a
report,
beloved
guys.
location.
You give it a
Expeditions: The
read.
Pit is coming this September.
And the shit they had to put up with while this was being developed. I guess it's not dead. The pit from Fallout 3 had a pit DLC.
It might not look like much. This place is our home, and together we can take it back from these rad worshipping fanatics.
When you're alone.
Oh. Alright, licensed music there. It's the You Can Always Go Downtown song. Again, this isn't gameplay. Like, it's not like a CG fest or anything, but show me from the player's perspective. We got like a single shot there of the first person. That doesn't seem like it's something you want to save. Would you want to save something called The Pit? Would you want to just fucking cover over it? Fucking fill it with cement? Swap back. Alright, we still with Bethesda? Still with
Bethesda Game
Alright,
Studios
Pete.
has been busy.
Now what have
and
you got?
Not just with Fallout 76. After defining the role-playing genre with hits like Morrowind,
Yes,
Oblivion,
defining it.
Skyrim,
Never mind all
Fallout
the
3
other
and
RPGs
Fallout
that
4,
came before it.
They're going even bigger with Starfield. Later in the show, my good friend Todd Howard will be here to reveal more of their next epic RPG.
So they're really spreading Bethesda all over the place in this presentation. They had Redfall at the beginning, then they had that batch right in the middle, and then probably Starfield will finish it. Okay, so reminding you that there's another Forza if you wanted to play it and didn't want to drive around a racetrack. You can play this one instead. Oh, this is the Hot Wheels partnership. Sorry, I gotta toggle off the licensed music there. But yeah, I think this is their Hot Wheels partnership. I would hope it is, because it looks very Hot Wheelsy. As I was just saying, if you wanted to do a racing game that isn't on racetracks, and then now look what you did. You made me a liar. Can never forgive them. So I guess they're combining like the racetrack stuff with the actual open map as well. I wonder, is it just dumped on the map? Or is it its own separate section? Alright, next month.
My dad tells stories of a terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died to give us a chance to start over.
Huh? Dodos?
All that I know from their Earth.
Dodos came back?
Sent along with us.
This is Ark.
And here on Arat, every day is a fight to survive.
Squish. Well, but where are the feathers? They have feathers.
Anyone can tame this new world?
This is not accurate. Fucking Vin Diesel. But yes, this is Ark Survival Evolved. Pushed out. Pushed out to next year. Stop doing console launch exclusive. That means I can't play it. Somerville? No, that's licensed music. They even fucking credited it in the video. So definitely can't use that. No, this isn't Somerville. Very Geiger-y though. Ah, that's a pretty big penis you got there. Oh wait, no, that's way too that's way too high in the body. That's pretty gross. It's pretty gross whatever's happening here. It's very Giger. You know what? I think it's okay that this is a console exclusive. I don't think I was gonna play this. Gross. Scorn. Okay. Out later this year. Yep, I think I'll watch somebody play that. I don't think I'm playing this. Well, I won't be able to anyway, because it's a console exclusive.
When the gods first emerged from the great below, we saw them as saviors. Instead, they unleashed a pestilence on our world.
Okay.
No one yet knows if you can kill a god.
Is this World War One? Oh, I do know what this is. What's it called? It's the Soulsy kind of Native American looking game. I forget the name of it. Is it Flintlock? Is that what it's called? I recall that it had something to do with the gun. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, there's some actual gameplay. The last couple of trailers we've seen of this have just been CG. Okay, undead cassowaries. Oh, they're the most terrifying ones of all. Ah, and it's got a horrible swamp. They've definitely taken lessons from Miyazaki. Terrifying spiders, great. A lot of aerial maneuvering for a Soulsy type. Flintlock, it was called Flintlock, okay. You have that kind of Fennec Fox friend. Early next year. Definitely going back to back with trailers and such. Alright, another first party title. From Mojang. It's on Minecraft. If they decided to actually make something different. Maybe perhaps they have in fact decided to make something different.
Legends hold great power.
Nah, that's Minecraft.
They are the dreams we weave into our shared story. Some legends tell of peace.
I mean, they have been branching out, like, the Minecraft IP. They had, like, that Diablo clone a while ago. They've had the Tales type series.
Some tell of danger. And the end of all things.
Run, rabbit!
But the legends we hold dearest are legends of hope, of creativity, and of bravery. And friendships that change the world forever.
So maybe they're going for more of a, rather than a crafty tile Minecraft thing. They're going for an RTS.
United by you.
Kinda? Certainly more combat oriented, but there was a bit of like crafting stuff there as well. Yeah, action strategy. Okay, so it is going to be like an RTS thing. Stop it. Stop making console launch exclusives. I want to play these games.
I remember when you first arrived. You made quite the entrance.
Splat. I'm fine.
You wanted to make a new life for yourself.
It's okay, I've fallen out of space, but I'm fine. Okay, so first person farming. Can fix up your mech. Get shit delivered. How come they didn't fall out of space? How weird. It was a bit of a strange opening, alright. Got this big ass mech, but now it's actually a farming thing. But presumably there's some shooty shoots as well. Friends, co-op. I mean, someone's got to shoot that thing out of the sky, right? Lightyear Frontier. Hey, it rhymes. Smart. I'm sure there's like a gun fixture you can put on that thing. Whatever the mysteries are, at least. Probably have to be shot. Okay. Is this their sizzle reel for here's a bunch of other games that don't want to talk about? We're just going to throw them all together? Hey, what? What was he shooting? I mean, if the game actually has a rotating corridor thing like that, that would be cool. Get sick immediately, but it would be interesting at least. Okay, I don't really see that gun making much of an I don't really see that game making much of an impact. It's a bit generic looking. Stop it. Stop doing this to me. Shit, that looks really nice. On the other hand, it is, I don't know, 30s, 40s style history, which I'm really not a fan of. Shit, this looks good.
Since I found the first piece, there must be more.
So we're like a Lovecrafty kind of thing?
I can guide you through his memories.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
We're close. Don't let your fright hold you back.
Get off. Seen too much Japanese artistic films to know where this is going. Okay, so it seems the tentacle monster is your friend. I mean, tentacle monster is always your friend, right? This time around, helps you double jump and whatever. The last case of Benedict Fox. Well, gonna have to hope that it's a timed exclusive or something. Could just cave and get an Xbox, I suppose.
Bonjour everyone. I am excited to be here today to tell you more about Interior Night's first original creation,
Dusk as Falls? Oh no, As Dusk Falls. Okay.
It started with the desire to create a deep interactive experience all levels of players can enjoy together.
All levels,
Because
even
stories
huge
are
noobs.
Brilliant, universal tools that help us understand
lonely
the
tryhards.
heartbreaking beauty of life. This game is an uncompromising tale of family, resilience, and sacrifice, written like
As
a
you get a heart
prestige
attack.
TV show with a unique motion graphic novel style that triggers the imagination.
By unique motion graphic novel
This is
style,
an
she means
interactive
cheap.
story powered by video games that gives you agency over the lives of far from perfect human beings. This is a thought-provoking experience you can play with people you love, discover insights about each other, and create shared memories. As Dusk Falls is an emotional experience that we hope will leave a mark with everyone.
She's
who
saying
plays
it's
it.
filmed like a British TV show, but it is very much set in the US. Anyway. Ciao, buddy.
For most people,
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay.
Turok is just a pit stop.
Wasn't taking the scenic route your idea?
But for us, it felt like a trap.
There's enough cash in that safe to put the last few weeks behind us.
I mean, you didn't have to steal the money.
On the ground now!
You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. We'd been in the wrong place forever.
Sometimes doing the right thing is doing the wrong thing.
Got eyes on two hostages.
None of us escaped that night.
It's okay.
Even
Work.
those of us who made it out alive.
Stop! Why are you following me?
We've taken very different paths in life. But they
Watch
all lead
out.
back to Turok.
Get rid of the cop. Hey there.
Evening. Hey, Sam.
Say, you haven't seen three fellas in a blue pickup, have you?
Nope. Been here all day.
How you liking the desert dream?
Oh, can't complain.
Why are you
Can
talking
I,
to me?
ask what brings you to Turok?
No, you can't. Stop asking me shit. Go about your business. Okay. Kind of your standard visual novel type thing. Every time. Why must you do this to me? Don't be good. Oh, Battle Royale? Oh, that's fine. Keep it. Okay, it's a For Honor type thing? Only Battle Royale instead of 3v3? Did a game like this not already come out? Or is this maybe this is its console launch instead of its PC launch? Okay, I mean, it looks pretty, and the combat does look fun, but fact that it's a Battle Royale multiplayer thing means I'm never gonna touch it. Make it a single player campaign thing? Yes, absolutely. Right. Next week? A week after? Something like that. I think that's out already on PC. I think this is its console launch. That's what it sounds like. Hey, it's not a console launch exclusive for a change. Ah, fuck. It's Xbox first party. Good morning, Ursula. How are the sheep today? All good? What? Flanders? I was following Flanders. Hey, you're cheating. Stop cheating. He did. All his, you see, all his blood is outside. Run away from the monks. They'll never catch you. This is what Obsidian is doing with their time. Between this and Grounded. Well, it's not New Vegas 2. That's for sure. Damn it. That's all these games I can't play.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot.
That is an enormous insect.
Special breaking report. More local teenagers have gone missing.
Oh, it's Grounded, right? Okay, obviously.
Trend of missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town.
This is the other thing Obsidian are working on.
Teenagers or has any other information, please contact the police
I'm
department.
wondering, has Grounded come out of early access yet, or is it still in early access?
Virgil knows you might be a little homesick, but that can be repaired.
Are they? Is this just another iteration, another release, or are they going to go to 1.0 at some point? Have they already gone to 1.0? I don't remember.
And treacherous wastelands.
Like, it's a really cool concept, but it's just like a... Well, one, it's Xbox exclusive, so I wouldn't be playing it, but then it's also a hang out with your friends, survival-y type thing. Which I don't have much interest in. Plus, those spiders are terrifying. Well, there you go. 1.0. Okay, so it's been in game preview, early access, whatever, for a good while now. I guess it's finally done. Good for them. I have no interest in playing it, but good for them. Now they can get on to New Vegas too. Damn it. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Ah, fuck, it's Raw Fury as well.
Helios. They search for someone who does not exist. The Shadow. The forgotten child of a scattered race. Lost. Until now. Now they have awakened the Ereban. Now they have awakened me.
They seem okay about that, really.
But I am not their hope. I am their reckoning.
Well, shit, it's a stealthy Tenchu type thing. Damn it. There's a bit of origami to it as well. Origami was like a Tenchu shadow thing. It's just a bit... It was a bit too clunky. I just difficulty playing with it.
It's a lie.
Well, again, hope that's you know, 6-month exclusive thing and eventually ends up on Switch or PlayStation. Gross stuff.
I speak now to those who heed.
It's getting into the good stuff in there. Tasty. Ugh.
Those bold enough to cross the line of sin.
Diablo.
For deeper knowledge. Who follow an unquenchable yearning. Born of blood and bone. To unlock the forbidden secrets and foulest black rituals.
Feels like Diablo.
Calling forth life from death.
Necessary? Brought him back to life just so you can cut his head off.
To truly embrace this power, you must take it into the world. And you will be shunned,
Alright.
scorned,
Thinking maybe it's not Diablo now.
marked as a living sacrifice to this profane knowledge.
It's either that or they're just focusing directly on the Necromancer class.
You will be a priest of Rathma. A necromancer.
Like the armor and everything, the hair, it all says Diablo Necromancer to me.
You will not confront the darkness alone. We are the speakers of the dead. And the dead have no mercy.
Wait, who's that guy? Who was he when he died? That's a big dude. Diablo. Okay. 4. Yeah. So it got its beta announced a couple of days ago. So there's the other character classes. So here we go. Necromancer's been added.
I'm very excited to announce our 5th and final class, the Necromancer, a commander of the undead
Interesting.
who joins
Who
the
did they
other
not
iconic
put in there?
classes around the campfire in Diablo 4. These include the mighty barbarian, the elemental sorceress, the crafty rogue, and the powerful druid. And you'll want them
Paladin.
because the demon Lilith,
Paladin they got rid
god
of.
of hatred, has returned and spreading corruption and evil as she fights to reclaim our dark gothic world as her own. And it's up to you to stop her. Now, Diablo 4 is the culmination of the 25-year history of the franchise, building on top of the best of what's come before with some, unique twists all its own. So let's dig a little deeper by watching, for the first time I might add, some Xbox Series X gameplay, while hearing from a few of the many people behind the game.
So this is from Blizzard.
Diablo 4 is the next generation of
and Xbox are going to be, or Microsoft are going to be buying them eventually. Probably, it'll probably go through. So the question is, will this still come to, well, PlayStation? I imagine it'll still come to PC. But the real question is, will it come to PlayStation or not?
Diablo 4 is all about player choice.
It takes all of the pillars of a Diablo game and just expands them with all of the new features that people really love and appreciate in modern games.
It's got like a very dark
Whoever you see
art
yourself
direction
being,
now.
you can create in Diablo.
or not now, like Diablo 1 and 2 always had that. A Diablo 3 kind of made it a little brighter, it was a bit more, not cartoonish exactly, but lighter, I guess. Whereas this is very dark. This is very Diablo 2.
Switch around your playstyle as well.
Everything feels very powerful and fun.
Like, Diablo 3 was given a lot of shit for moving from PC to console, that they felt it was like dumbing it down. But it plays really well on console.
There's no linear path that you have to follow.
We've got almost 150 dungeons in the game.
There's all kinds of surprises as you're exploring.
Strongholds are an enemy territory that you need to reclaim.
Hang on, are they making like an open map thing of Diablo? Sure how I feel about that.
The evil in this place has been cleansed.
It now becomes a friendly town.
Sometimes it's a new town, sometimes it's a new dungeon. There's a whole bunch of rewards that you get, and you have a real impact on the world as a result.
No, you can't leave us here. They might come back any moment.
Local events are really cool little story segments that happen within the open world.
I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about buying games from Activision and Blizzard at the moment, just because of all the shit that's happening there.
These are events that
Is this a multiplayer thing?
and you really have to work together.
Yeah.
Being able to see all the players on your screen, collaborating, trying to take this big monster down, it's epic.
It's feeling a little live servicey there, but also not entirely happy about.
Community. It makes Diablo more of a social experience.
I don't want Diablo to be a social experience. I want it to be a solo experience.
If you have an Xbox and your buddy has a PC, you're going to be able to group up.
Or you could play couch co-op. Two people on a couch can sit there and have a great experience.
We've created specific zones where players can engage in PvP.
If you go there, you can start swinging away at people. But you're also opening yourself up to being swung at.
Yes, that's how PvP works.
If you're like really, really good, the game actually marks you as like a champion on the map. You basically become a loot pinata, and everyone wants to chase you down.
Why would I want that? Is there some benefit to living long?
Really the beginning of a whole different part of the journey.
Now you're set up for the end game, and that end game is rich with things to do that allow you to get more and more powerful.
Whether it's new items or new dungeons or new Paragon boards.
Oh, what the
Every
fuck?
single time you come back to play Diablo 4, there's going to be new stuff for you to experience.
I think my real question would be, does the end game have additional story content? Because that's always what's
Folks to get their hands on Diablo 4.
like. Diablo 3 has a pretty rich end game as well, but there's no additional story stuff. So I've never really felt the need to bother with it. Unless you're gonna play alongside people or go into the PvP end of things, why care, really? When in 2023? She did say at the start that it was within the next 12 months, so the first half at least. Sea of Thieves.
That were free to those who sailed the sea, though there's always more potential within. And as this song will spell out, there's plenty to sing about. Now that you can finally be a captain, can you imagine owning your own ship?
Hang on, you haven't been able to own your own ship this whole time?
Then to satisfy your vanity, as long as there's no profanity, you can name it just how you desire. Oh, to set sail as a pirate captain, there's boatloads of new features we proclaim. Oh, to set sail as a pirate captain, that's why we really think that you should play this game. And it's available with Xbox Game Pass, of course. Oh, to set sail as a pirate captain.
Okay. Even more cosmetics for you to buy. Unique rewards that everyone else can earn. It's not very unique. That's all Rare has been doing for the last while. They haven't put out anything else, as far as I'm aware of. It's a bit disappointing. Anime things. Sort of pixel arty. It's like the characters are made out of, like, chunky voxels. There's a bit of Alice in Wonderland to it as well. Clockwork dragon with a Gatling gun tongue? Interesting. There's a lot of Alice in Wonderland to that. Next year. Interesting. Didn't say it was a console exclusive. Should be good. Should be able to play that. Damn it. This one is, though. Ah, really? You're gonna lock this onto Xbox? Inside and Limbo? Creepy. Creepy and gross. Flat. Fly guy? Guy who can fly? Okay. It's a very pretty puzzle game. Some kind of dimension jumping, dimension shifting type thing. Oh, well, that's creepy. Cocoon. Okay. I'll have to find a PC that can play it. Or wait for it to come out of its exclusivity, I suppose. Ninja Gaiden? No? Neo? Neo 3? Thought they'd be busy with Stranger Paradise, really. I think this is Neo 3. Delicious. looks pretty cool. Oh, wow, long. It looked very Neo-y. Guess it's just Neo, but in China. Lu Bu. Do not chase after Lu Bu. Don't chase after Lu Bu, kids.
Japan is the home
What's up,
to
Phil?
some of the most talented and well-known game creators anywhere in the world. We're thrilled
That's
to be
why
working
we
with
don't
Koei
promote
Tecmo
them at
to
all,
bring
ever.
Wolong Fallen Dynasty to Game Pass day one. I'm also excited to be working with Team Ninja, who has a long history of building incredible action games for Xbox, and it's great to be working with them once again. We know how important it is to our fans to continue to bring more Japanese franchises to Xbox. I'm excited.
That's why
to
Japan
announce
doesn't
the
buy
return
any Xbox
of
consoles.
one of the most highly requested and beloved franchises to Xbox from our partners
Shenmue.
at Atlas.
Okay, not Shenmue. Is Persona finally gonna actually be on Xbox for a change? Yep. Okay, so they're getting Persona 3, getting Persona 4. I think that's Persona 4 Golden. And 5? Yep, and 5. Nice. So they've been kind of not on the Xbox for a very long time, mostly because nobody buys Xboxes in Japan. So Atlas never felt the need to bother. Alright, so Persona 5 Royal as well. Persona 5 Scramble? Any of the dancing games? And PC, oh okay. I don't think any of those. So Persona 5 Royal in October. Cool. If you haven't played it yet. Very good game.
Now, I'm excited to announce a special partnership.
He's always very
between
excited to
Xbox
announce
Game
things.
Studios and one of the greatest creative minds and innovators in our industry. Someone that I have
Hideo
admired
Kojima?
for many years. Today, I'm pleased to share we will be working together to create a brand new experience like we've never seen before.
Doubt. Shit, fucking what? I was fucking making a joke.
ずっと作りたかったゲームがあります。それは誰も体験したことも見たこともない全く新しいもの。
Potentially they might actually be right about no one's ever experienced it
ず
before.
っと待っておりました。マイクロソフトの最先端クラウドテクノロジーと、市場の変化によってその未知なる構想への挑戦がようやく可能となりました。少し時間はかかるかもしれませんが、これから、Xbox ゲームスタジ
Okay,
オと
so
提携し、
they're just announcing the
皆さんに
partnership.
喜んでいただける
No game to talk
ニュ
about.
ースをお届けしていきたいと思います。ご期待ください。
I was absolutely making a
Thank you,
joke when I
Kojima.
said Hideo Kojima. I
We're
didn't
thrilled
know
to
that
have
was gonna
Kojima
happen.
Productions working with our teams at Xbox Game Studios. Today, for the first time ever, we have focused on showing you games that you can play over
Okay,
the
now
next
everybody
12
take a
months.
picture.
Today's show celebrates a diverse lineup of global game creators of
There's a
all
couple of games
sizes
there that weren't actually
who
in the
bring with them
presentation.
unlimited potential. Games from these creators will be coming to Game Pass every single month, including Naraka Blade Point, As Dusk Falls, A Plague Tale Requiem,
Ah, fuck, that's on Game Pass?
Persona 5 Royale, Somerville, and
Royale,
Scorn,
that's Royal.
just to name a few. And we start 2023 with the launches of some of the most anticipated titles from the teams at Xbox and Bethesda. Redfall, Minecraft Legends, Starfield, Forza Motorsport.
Still have nothing to say about Starfield.
This has been an incredible year.
Where's Todd? Get Todd Howard out here. We're about to hit. All right, they're probably finishing the show with Starfield.
Our games every single day, and we have you to thank for that. Whether that's new players joining us through Xbox Cloud Gaming, or our longest fans.
They definitely don't have me to thank about that. I've never touched an Xbox.
We could not have done this without you. A year ago, we welcomed the talented studios at Bethesda Softworks to Xbox. Their teams have been hard at work, bringing their franchises to Game Pass, shipping updates to their games, and building new experiences for you to enjoy. We know that everyone has been eager to see Starfield. Our show today...
I don't know, eager's not really the word. I'd be interested.
So it's only fitting that we end it with an extended first look at one of the most anticipated games in Xbox history. This
Halo?
Is Starfield.
Damn it. I was wondering. We heading to a Mass Effect relay? When you said gameplay, you didn't say it would be heavily filtered and altered. Hilarious if they stopped there.
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today.
Hey, Todd.
We're so grateful you're spending the time, and we know you've waited a long time to finally see Starfield.
Debatable.
It's easily
Waited.
our most
Played other
ambitious
games.
game ever. Like our previous games, it's an epic role-playing game where you get to be who you want and go where you want.
Yeah.
But this time,
Fallout 4 wasn't
you'll be
really. You
exploring
couldn't be
space.
whoever you wanted to be.
So let's
you
jump
could
right
be.
in. This is early in the
You
game.
could be you, or
as
you could be
arrive
sarcastic
on
you,
the
and that was
mysterious
about it.
moon of Crete.
Looks stinky. So is this a cutscene where you fly in and then they load in the world for you to walk around in, or can you actually fly the ship? Can you imagine the clunkiness of an Elder Scrolls Fallout game where you could actually fly around as well? Okay, am I in the mech, or is the mech ahead of me? The mech is ahead of me, okay.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
Expecting to see that mech get yeeted into the sky, like in Skyrim. Or clip through the floor, or walk into walls, etc. You don't imagine this is gonna, release it without hilarious bugs. No, thank you, please. It's a level 1 Crete something or other. And his friend. And their friend. And their friend's friend. Okay, so you can toggle third person and first person. Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout, mining, No Man's Sky.
It would appear that pirates of the Crimson Fleet are using the facility.
Damn pirates. It's always pirates. Okay, we got guns. We don't have fall damage apparently. Don't have anything to shoot either. We walked pretty far in here without having to fire at anything. Level 2 pirates. No reticle. There's no center reticle. I wonder if they just removed that for the video. I hope not. Otherwise it's gonna be really hard to figure out how to fucking aim into something. Okay, no VATS, so it's real-time shooting. New shit. Unlocking minigames. New gun. Oh, a level 6 something or other. Level 6 Brogan. Is that our ship? Probably not. Shot him in the back. Blew up his jetpack, I guess. Boing. Got our own jetpack.
After some initial encounters, you're invited to join Constellation, who, in the future the game is set in, are the last group of space explorers. To meet them, you'll head to the capital city of New Atlantis.
Really? You named it Atlantis? It's probably a mistake there, but okay. Why would you voluntarily name your city Atlantis? Idiots. Just waiting for it to fucking blow up. Hey, what's up?
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay, you've got the zoom in on their face thing from Fallout and the Elder Scrolls.
Biggest question of all. What's out there?
Space, lots of it.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. As to what they are, what they're building, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Okay, do I get paid for it?
So, you found something?
A new guy found it.
You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions?
The artifact you found appears to be one of many.
It's a bit Mass Effect, a bit at the opening at least. Commander Shepard finds an artifact, has a vision, suddenly has to take on a mission to solve all the things.
Told me that it spoke to him.
Of course, the settled systems.
That's very Outer Worlds, that area.
The fleet doesn't follow the rules.
Why did you let them land?
Together, we take down these cutthroat pirates.
Why did you let them land though? Why didn't you just blow them out of the sky?
We protect the people of the Free Star Collective. When
Alright.
you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, no one quits. The only way out is death.
Well, that's stupid.
The path ahead may be dangerous,
How do you retire?
but we are not stopping.
Most Dusties don't even make it this far.
Because whatever lies at the end of this road will change humanity forever.
That gives you a look at the stories in Starfield. But ultimately, it's not our story. It's the story you create by who you are and the choices you make. And that starts with character creation.
It's a story you create and within the limitations that we have in place.
It's our most flexible yet. You can customize
That would not be
all the
difficult.
elements of how you look. You'll pick a background that gives you 3 starting skills.
Says here you spent some time as a diplomat. Having a way with words might prove useful.
There are optional traits, and these come with unique advantages and disadvantages.
You can't be an introvert and an
Not just in
extrovert at
how
the
you
same
can
time.
look, but in how your character plays and develops. The skill system combines the best from our previous games, and you can unlock new skills as you level up, and then you rank those skills up by using them and completing challenges. And there's deep crafting systems, from running research projects with resources you find to crafting weapon mods needed to survive. And you can build your own outposts. These act as a home away from home for survival.
I'm wondering if they saw, like, how much of No Man's Sky have they been looking at?
And you can hire characters you meet to keep it up and running. But that's not all. You can even build your own spaceships.
Okay, can I fly the ship, though? That's what I really want to know. Like, great, I can build it and customize it, but if it's literally just a loading thing or a level select thing...
You can choose crew members. And yes, you can completely customize the look and layout.
Oh, no. I'm remembering the Kingdom Hearts
There's loads
fucking
of different
gummy
modules,
ship
ship
thing here.
manufacturers, and more. I have to say, it's so cool. We just absolutely love this. It's not just how the ship looks, it's how it performs, from engines to shields to weapon systems, because yes, you can fly it.
Hmm. Damn. I thought I had him there. Thought I had you there, Todd. Wonder how well it actually flies if you, like, build some kind of monstrosity thing. It's just all engines. Just circular engines. Well, you just flew into a bunch of debris in space, so you're dead. Oh, you're definitely dead now. all of that shrapnel has pierced the hull. You no longer have any air. Ship is not pressurized. You're definitely dead. A lot of things are worth 23 XP. So yes, they have been watching a lot of No Man's Sky.
We can't wait for all of you to experience the game. Thanks again for being with us today, and thanks for all the support you've given us over the decades, especially on this game. It's been an incredible journey for us making it, but we know that's really only the beginning, for it's when all of you play it that the real journey
that we find
begins.
all the bugs and become
may
your
be
QA
wondering
department.
Just how big is this game? So we thought we'd take one last moment and show you. Let's take a look at one of our planets, Jemison. You can land in New Atlantis, but you can also land and explore anywhere on the planet. And it's not just this planet.
Yeah, okay, but what's
It's all
on the
planets
planet?
in the system. From barren but resource-heavy ice balls to Goldilocks planets with life. And not just this system, but over 100 systems. Over 1,000 planets all open for you to explore.
Okay, but like,
We can't
how
wait
dense are they?
to see what you find.
Is it only like 1 or 2 outposts on the planet? You know, like No Man's Sky has like, what is it, some like quadrillion or something planets or something, but most of them are empty. Like, there's nothing on them. There's resources or whatever. Might as well be randomized. The real question is how much content is on these different planets. Excuse me. You think you're able to fly in atmosphere? There's No Man's... I don't know why I keep bringing it back to No Man's Sky, but it severely restricted how much you could do in atmosphere. You could only get so close to the planet surface. I'm wondering if they're the same. You can't just take your spaceship into like enemy stronghold and just shoot everybody from the ship. Now it's meant to be a stealth mission. Well, not anymore. Fly in with my space fighter. That's probably it then. Didn't think they'd do that. Starfield on Game Pass. Alright. So I'll leave that to play in the background. So what did we think? The Starfield, they could have shown off a bit more. I would have liked to have seen some unedited gameplay of it. They were jumping around quite a bit. Diablo 4, I still don't really know whether or not I want to buy it, you know? Just because of the whole Activision thing. If it ends up coming to the whatever the PlayStation Plus Extra thing is, then I guess there's that. What else was showing off? Plague Tale Requiem, yes, I do definitely want to play that. Wo Long, because it looks like it's Neo again. I'd really like to play that. Silk Song, I still have to actually finish Hollow Knight, which I haven't done yet. I don't know about that. What else did we have? Help me out here. What was that called again? It looked interesting. The weird pixely looking thing. Redfall, we don't know what kind of... We still don't really know if it's like heavily co-op. Is it Borderlands where you can just drop in, drop out? Is that fine? There's something else that was shown there now a second ago, but I've forgotten it. Flintlock. Yeah, that looked interesting because it has a lot more aerial combat than I was expecting. I don't know. There were a lot of games buzzed past there. Some stuff to look at. I'll have a better recap for next week's weekly news recap, because I've already done the weekly news recap for this week, so it will be missing stuff from the Xbox and Bethesda showcase and the PC gaming showcase, which is coming up soon. I will not be streaming that though, because I need to get some food in me, and it's just gonna clash. It's gonna clash with my dinner, so that's the end of that. Anyway, thanks for dropping by, Doomtrain Inc. and anyone else who was in the chat. I don't know why I'm playing into that. I might as well go back to the fucking sizzle reel. I'll just leave Starfield playing, whatever. Anyway, thanks for dropping in, Doomtrain Inc. and anyone who happened to be lurking in the chat. I saw a couple of people pop in, pop out. We'll talk more about this on the weekly news recap for next week's video, and anything that comes up on PC Gaming Show. Tuesday, we're going to be playing Bayonetta. Bayonetta won the coin flip. So it was between Bayonetta or Vampire. Bayonetta won the coin flip, so we're going to continue playing that. We're still pretty early in that game, so if you wanted to jump in and check that out with me, that would be cool. Bayonetta 3 will be out at some point this year, or is still scheduled to come out at some point this year. Wednesday, we're going to start The Quarry. So Foley Fables The Quarry Part 1 will be starting Wednesday. The follow-up to Until Dawn, so it's that kind of title, but you're playing camp counselors from the 80s. Or it feels like it's from the 80s. I actually think it's set in modern times. Anyway, and Saturday, continuing Xenoblade Chronicles. So we'll actually be progressing the story for a change, instead of just walking around the Bionas, which seems to be what's been happening for the last while. So, hopefully I'll see you for some of those things. Otherwise, have a good rest of your day, and maybe see you for a Bayonet on Tuesday. Alright, I'm gonna head off. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you.